It has been quite the weird week, and it has really thrown my expectations for teams all over the place. And let's break down how this tier list has really shifted over the last week or so. Starting at the bottom with one team I think we can all agree is just the most giga ass of all of them, the Vancouver Canucks. Out at the bottom of the standings, having traded away Quinn Hughes, they are debating trading away Elias Pettersson. This is a team that just appears to be on the road for a full reset. Etcher Demko back on the IR. Who knows when he's going to be fully healthy to play again. This is a team that just, I think, needs to just lay down and punt it to 2027, and I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing. Then we got the teams who aren't gig ass, but they are ass. The Blackhawks, Ducks, Blues, Blue Jackets, Rangers, Flames, and Jets. Obviously, one of the biggest stories of the week, the Blue Jackets firing D. Avison, which I discussed. In this tier, you also have teams like the Ducks and Blackhawks, who started up very hot and now have fallen back down to earth, as well as teams who never really got off of the ground, like the Rangers and the Flames. One up, we have the extreme mid-tier. These are teams that are kind of okay, but they're not really going to be a threat to make the playoffs, including the Senators, Predators, and Kings. It really pains me to say this about the Senators because I think they have so much potential, but obviously goaltending is a huge issue, or it was before all the rumors came out. For the Kings and Predators, a lot of turmoil behind the bench / in the front office. Who knows what they are going to do? These teams all, I think, have some playoff talent, but I think they're all going to end up being sellers. One tier above them, just slightly above them, is the New Jersey Devils. I can't quit the fact that they are so talented, but this team is in hell. Sheldon Keefe, who looks completely overmatched at this point. The injuries, everything that's going on with the Devils is just terrible. I don't understand what this team has become or even what they're going to do going forward. Next tier up, we have two teams who are really high in the standings, but I don't believe in them. I think they're kind of loser point merchants, those being the Penguins and Flyers. These are two teams who can drag games into overtime and lose a lot or win a lot. I just really don't have a lot of faith in them, especially considering some of the underlying analytics for both of these teams. I know they're both high in the standings, but I just still don't believe in them. Then above them, we got six teams who I guess technically you have to call good, including the Mammoth, Sharks, Islanders, Caps, Vegas Golden Knights, and Maple Leafs. All these teams have been very up and down throughout the year. Some of them are on rebuilds that are way ahead of schedule, like the Sharks and the Islanders. Some are teams we thought would be very good and are just kind of flatlining, like the Vegas Golden Knights and Washington Capitals. I feel like for the Leafs, Knights, and Caps, they need to make a move to really jumpstart their seasons, while teams like the Islanders, Sharks, and Mammoth just got to keep grinding and building around those young cores they've already developed. One tier above them, can't quit the Edmonton Oilers. This team should be much better than they are. Their goaltending situation is atrocious, even though they made a trade for Tristan Jarry, which, shocker of all shockers, that hasn't worked out for them. They got two of the five best players in the league right now and can't manage to make it work. I don't know what the hell Stan Bowman is doing. Chris Knobloch, I don't know if he's even a good coach or if he's just been riding off of the elite talent so far, and the Oilers are just stuck in the snowdrift and can't get out of it. Above them, three teams I think are sneaky good, including the defending champion Florida Panthers, who don't really deserve to be called sneaky good, but also the Seattle Kraken and Boston Bruins. Kraken and Bruins kind of holding around there, and I said both of these teams could fight for the playoffs. I still maintain that. Up one tier above them, though, is a team I was completely wrong about coming into this year, the Buffalo Sabres. They're just good. They're just a good team. They are on an absolute heater right now. They've turned into a wagon. They finally have good coaching. They finally have some competent goaltending, at least. And their forwards are finally getting some support from their defensemen. Matthias Samuelsson coming out of nowhere to become a top four guy. That JJ Peterka trade looking really good with how well Josh Stone's been playing. Just a scrappy team and a good team, and I think they're poised to break that playoff drought. Then we have five teams who I think are just really effing good. Those include the Red Wings, who are about to break their own playoff drought, Stars, Canadiens, Wild, and Hurricanes. All these teams, a lot of really good talent. They've been somewhat inconsistent this year, other than teams like the Stars and Hurricanes, but I think that they're all starting to peak right now, and they're going to be threats coming into the playoffs. And then we have two tiers who are kind of grouped together, the Juggernauts and the Diet Juggernauts. The Colorado Avalanche are the best team in the NHL, without question, while the Tampa Bay Lightning are, in my opinion, the second best team, without question. And it's hilarious that so many people held that slow start of theirs against them, saying that they weren't actually any good.